Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome to the final Kwami Buster video that I should hopefully be making, because I've had to make a lot of videos about Kwami Buster so far, and I'm a little bit surprised about having to do that. So for those of you guys who might not have been aware, we have a new episode called Kwami Buster today, and we can look forward to tomorrow, which we will be supremely spoiled by the part 1 of the finale of Season 3. I made 2 videos talking about the finale and what we can expect to see tomorrow, so if you are interested in that, I will leave the links to those videos down in the description below, so go check those out. And also, I thought I'd mention, because I haven't mentioned it in a while, I have a Discord, which is basically a platform where you can go communicate with everyone and talk about new episodes and all the theories that you guys might have. So if you want to join and talk with me and the community about Miraculous Ladybug, I'll leave the link down in the description below. Go check that out, because it's a lot of fun to talk to you guys about the new episodes and stuff, so go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, I guess let's just hop right into this video. So the first 8 minutes are roughly what I expected and what I think we all pretty much expected. Miss Mendeleev would have the encounter with the 2 Kwamis, and then she would go on to this TV broadcast, explain, hey, this is kind of what I saw. She would be mocked for it, and then she turns into Kwami Buster, and that's basically what the first 8 minutes is. Now in that first 8 minutes, Marinette and Adrien both figure out that, hey, basically the other person, my partner, is going to the same school that I am. Except for they have to forget that because this is Miraculous and we cannot have that here in this show. The show really likes to tease us with this stuff, like, oh, the characters know who they are, but then they don't, actually, at the end of the episode. And Adrien actually says, oh, what if Ladybug is Marinette? And then that's just meant to tease us, and it's really mean, but, I mean, it's also funny at the same time, because it's like, oh my gosh, whatever. It's Miraculous, we can't expect too much from it in that regard, but, that was kind of interesting, / annoying, / irritating. All of those things combined into one emotion. Also wanted to give props to the scene when the 2 phones combine, like when Marinette and Adrien are both holding the phone and they combined. That looked really cool, and that was totally worth the extra effort that it was to make that happen, but it was super cool. So next, Ladybug and Cat Noir are fighting Kwami Buster, and they both actually lose to her. So both of their Kwamis get sucked up into this little pouch, and Tiki's obviously pretty mad at Plagg for that, but both Marinette and Adrien manage to escape, and then we see the infamous banana costume again. I don't know, should I make a theory video talking about who the Stay Peachy guy is? I don't know, like maybe it's Gabriel Agreste or something, I don't know. Anyway, when Marinette escapes, she immediately goes to Master Fu, which was the right decision to do. And then here's where we learn something interesting, because we've known for a while that Marinette believes that, oh, we can't reveal our identities because it's bad, but she never really gave like a true reason. And I mean, we always just assumed that it was because, oh, well, then we'd have to give back our Miraculouses, but like, we never had any confirmation that that's actually what was going to happen. But I think this is the first time we've had Master Fu confirm that, yeah, if you know each other's identities, you can't be Ladybug and Cat Noir again, which I think is just not true. I think that that's just something Master Fu says to, you know, make it so that they don't. But in all actuality, we know that a reveal will happen at some point, so I don't know, like, especially since she will become the next guardian of the Miraculous, it's important for her to know who Cat Noir is, because if she doesn't, then, like, there's just going to be this Miraculous that's out there, and it's going to be like, okay, well, what's going on there? So that's interesting, I think. Anyway, Master Fu alludes to, yeah, you can't be Ladybug anymore if Cat Noir figures out who you are, so that's a thing that exists, I guess. So then Master Fu is like, hey, pick a Miraculous, but instead of giving it to someone else, you will actually be using it, and so I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure that Marinette has gone through briefings with Master Fu like, hey, this is what each of the Miraculouses are, here's what they do, and here's how you use them. I think that she's gone through things like that just to be prepared for like a time like this that would happen, so that's how she knows all this stuff, is we could just assume that she knows because Master Fu told her. So Master Fu thinks that Marinette's gonna choose the Miraculous, but she chooses like all of them, so Master Fu's like, oh my gosh, you can't do that. Choosing all the Miraculouses will give you way too much power. Now another thing that I wanted to mention from this clip here is that Marinette only takes one of the Ram Miraculous's parts. So does this mean that there are 2 separate Ram Miraculouses, or is it just like an animation thing where she only picked up one because she only thought she needed one and it's just assumed that she picked up both? even though she went to go pick up another. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. So there's a possibility that the Rams Miraculous's power might have something to do with two people or like the ability to use 2 people. I don't actually know why she only picked up 1, but that'll be interesting to learn in the future because that could potentially be interesting. So once Marinette has worn basically all the miraculous, we can't actually tell like which ones she put on. I mean, we could like look at her and try to figure out like which one she exactly put on, but we don't know if she left any in the box that we just can't see or whatever. So basically we can assume that she put on most of the miraculouses, but Marinette says she only really needs the mouse miraculous for her plan to work. She just needs all the other Kwamis for transportation. So we now know what the mouse's power is. She can shrink down but turn into multiple different versions of herself. Now I had originally thought, hey, multi-mouse is what she's called, so it would make sense if she could break apart into multiple people. Now in one of my promo analysis videos I talked about, hey, maybe her power is to break up into multiple people, and that was true to some point, except for I didn't think that she would shrink down. And in the video that I made yesterday, we saw another clip from Kwami Buster, and it was of a shrunken version of Multi-Mouse. So then I had said, okay, then maybe her power is not to break up, but it's just to shrink, and that makes a lot more sense than breaking up. But what makes even more sense is shrinking down and also breaking apart, because she has to retain like the same body mass or something. I don't know. There's probably some science to it. But basically, I was right on both ends. So I don't know. I was pretty happy about that. So then the main Multi-Mouse gives one of the other Multi-Mouses the Fox Miraculous, and then we see Multi-Fox. And the way that you kind of merge Miraculouses is by the keyword unify. So then you say the 2 Kwami's names and then you say unify, and then it will kind of like merge the 2, giving you both of the powers. So Master Fu is obviously worried about this because if Marinette fails, then basically Hawkmoth gets all of the miraculouses, and that's not a very good thing at all. So he's just praying that Marinette does succeed. So skipping ahead a bit, we also see 2 other variants of these mouse miraculouses. We see Multi-Cat, I don't know if that's what it's officially called. Basically it's the mouse miraculous along with the cat miraculous, which is just the mouse and then the ladybug miraculous. So basically they escape, and then Ladybug captures the Akuma under a bowl, and this is where things really get complex and interesting, and I love it. Multi-Fox casts Mirage, which basically creates this entire illusion of everything that happens. So it creates the illusion that Ladybug and Multi-Mouse are 2 separate people, and basically it reenacts this whole thing of Marinette capturing the Akuma and then resetting everything back to normal, except for that doesn't actually happen because it's all just an illusion. I thought that was really cool. So this was just her way of confirming to Cat Noir that, hey, she's not Marinette, even though just looking at it side by side, it's so obvious just from the hairstyles. They could at least change the hairstyles, but again, it's just miraculous. So then Ladybug resets everything for real, and then we are all back to normal. And in the end, Cat Noir did end up convincing Ladybug that he was not actually going to the school because he thought it was an elementary school. So that's also his way of confirming to Marinette that he does not go to the same school. And so at the very end, Master Fu is like, we've never had a miraculous holder like this, which is a very cliche thing of a show to say, hey, we have a cool main character. So we learn from this, as well as we also saw earlier on in the episode, that using multiple miraculouses takes up a lot of energy, and that's why it doesn't happen very often. But Marinette is obviously a special person, so she can use all of them. Now there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that was a scene with Hawkmoth where basically he said, I need to capture all these miraculouses so that I can create a super army of super villains. And that's basically what I've been saying he should do. From a strategical standpoint, it makes sense for him to take all the miraculouses, create a super army to defeat Ladybug and Cat Noir, and then accomplish his goal. So I don't know, we might just see that in this finale. But overall, this episode was really good. It surpassed my expectations completely. I still think Ladybug is my favorite episode so far, but I don't know. This one came really close to it as well. I really just hope that all the episodes from here on out just are like this one, because really there's no reason for them not to be, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what they come up with as show writers. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for me. If you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. I plan on making more miraculous videos, so if you're interested, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.